Welcome everybody. This is an introduction to radio controlled modeled glider flying. On the table here we've got the Hodder glider, which is a design and scratch build of myself. It's controlled via rudder over here, as we can see, and also elevator. So the rudder controls the yaw, the elevator controls the pitch of the aircraft, and then the aircraft is controlled about the longitudinal axis via the rudder as well. So it doesn't have any ailerons. The way that works is we can see the wings are angled quite substantially upwards. It's got a lot of dihedral. So when the aircraft yaws, it also causes it to roll simultaneously. The reason for that is it just mitigates the need for ailerons, which in turn makes the model lighter and easier to build. Now, many people will be familiar with the concept of folding paper aeroplanes, such as, for example, the one I'm holding here, and then also they'll be familiar with launching them. So when we launch a paper aeroplane like this, then we can observe that it has a forward motion and simultaneously a descending motion. For a model glider like this, it's similar to that paper aeroplane. Of course, it's a bit more sophisticated in that the wing has a proper airfoil, such as, for example, we can see on this rib here. This wing is made out of multiple such ribs. Now, where it becomes interesting is when we utilize thermals and updrafts to keep the model airborne for longer. So what do we mean by thermals? For example, on this diagram we can see the ground illustrated, and then over here we've got a bubble of hot air illustrated. So if the sun shines on the ground, the air gets heated, and eventually a bubble of air basically manages to float upwards and climb. Now we can see on the flight path that's illustrated here, if we fly with a glider into this rising air, then that changes the descending flight path of a glider. And if the up current of a rising air is strong enough, it will cause it to climb. So we all have seen birds circling and then gain in altitude. That's basically what happens. They've found a bubble of air that's rising and they circle in it. And that's the art of radio controlled glider flying, for that matter also full-size glider flying, is finding rising air and encircling within that rising air in such a way that we gain altitude. This particular model I've had on a number of times airborne for in excess of 15 minutes. I've even had one flight where I was airborne for 25 minutes. And that's to note, all without any form of propulsion such as a motor or anything. It's just utilizing rising air. So yeah, that's the excitement of radio controlled model glider flying. Thank you for watching.